This little crawler here is in desperate need of new axles. And here is the solution. Hello everyone, my name is Armin for Armin RC and I welcome you. Today I have upgrade parts for the CR18P from HobbyPlus. These are portal axles made of aluminium with diff covers front and rear, and portal covers made of brass front and rear. And the parts really look amazing, and I'm very curious to see how they feel in the hand. So I would say let them out of these bags, let's free them and start with a little unbagging. Well, here they are. Here are the parts. And they look and feel quite amazing. This rear axle, for example, it looks absolutely amazing and it feels perfectly. No sharp edges whatsoever. Great workmanship here. On this color combination, let me check the diff cover if it fits on the axle. Yeah, it fits perfectly. This red color and this silver gray color, this looks really great. Really, really great. Let me check the portal cover if it fits the axle. Yeah, perfect. Great. And the front axle, again, no sharp edges whatsoever. Great workmanship here. Feels really great. And again, the color scheme, the color combination, this red diff cover on the silver gray axle looks really great. Well, the first impression of these parts is absolutely positive. But I'm sure you want to see a more detailed view of the parts, and rest assured, all this is coming up right now. And after that, I will install the axles into my T-Hunter, and then we meet here again, so stay tuned. The axles are now fully assembled, and before I put them into my T-Hunter, I want to show you some more shots of the axles. They look and feel really amazing. I know this doesn't matter anything if the axles don't work on the truck, if they don't work on the trail. But in terms of look and feel, they are really amazing. I also measured the weight of the axles and I show you the results right now. As you can see, the metal axles add a little bit of weight to the truck. And the additional weight is exactly where it should be, low on the truck, so maybe they improve the performance of the T-Hunter a little bit. I will now install the axles into my T-Hunter, and then we meet here again to take a final look at the finished truck, and then I will take the T-Hunter out onto the trail and we check out the performance of these axles. See you soon. And here it is, the T-Hunter is finished. The axles are mounted, everything went really nicely. The assembly and the installation of the axles went without any problems. The axles run super smooth. They look good, they feel good, they fit perfectly. Everything fits into the car really nicely. No problems at all. Up to this point, I have absolutely no complaints about these axles. But of course, the real test is out on the track. At this point, please allow me a brief note on my own behalf. If you like this video, if you find it interesting, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. This would be the greatest support for this channel. Thank you. And another note, the axles I bought from my own money, so I'm not sponsored in any way. Okay, now let's take the T-Hunter onto the trail and check the performance of these axles. See you on the trail. And here we are at my local test track, if you will, at my private test environment. And here we're gonna check out how the CR18P with the upgraded axles does work on the trail. Here it is. It looks absolutely gorgeous, but we all know the look is not everything. We are here to check out the performance, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Let's start with a good old friend, the great moss-covered rock. With the new axles, it is absolutely no problem to get up here and down again. But it wasn't actually with the original axles. The T-Hunter has no problems with such a terrain. Then a short test over a fallen small tree. One can clearly observe the large articulation. No problems here. Then a short climb that turns into a challenging descent. It is getting interesting now. This corner is always a bit tricky. Ah yes, good idea. Let's see if we can also drive the route in the other direction. By the way, the maneuver that we just saw is the compact turning maneuver on a steep slope. Now a test on a steep climb. Low-weight vehicles always have a problem here, especially if they are light on the front axle. The mini crawlers in particular are lifted up by the grass at the front and then tip over backwards. Just like now, but with the driver's excellent reflexes, greater harm was avoided. Let's see if we can still find the correct route here. It is not that easy to get up the mountain. Well done. It is looking better now. The worst is over. A rocky climb in a narrow gorge. Even the camera has problems here because it is so dark. The T-Hunter doesn't really have any problems though. Even with the SCX-10, I sometimes have more problems. Now another mossy boulder. I drove this road recently with the TRX-4M. It was a little harder for it to get up the rock, but it was easier for it to get down again. But the T-Hunter manages this situation very well too. And now at the end of our brief test drive, something to look at and to enjoy. I just love driving in this forest, an explosion of colors and smells, especially in the summer. If you then enjoy cruising around with a crawler, what could be nicer? And here is a brief impression of how the T-Hunter performs on a forest road. To see the suspension in action is always a joy for me. I can't get enough of it. It simply looks really cool. This was our little test drive. I hope you enjoyed it. The CR18P, the T-Hunter, performed really well. The upgrade axles performed really well. Are they a gain in performance? Well, I do not really know. To find out, you would have to drive two virtually identical cars, one of which has the upgrade parts installed, and then you would have to drive the exact same track, the exact same route, and that's a little bit hard to accomplish, at least for me. But the axles add more weight to the car, and that's always a good thing, to lower the center of gravity. On steep inclines, on slopes, it's always a benefit. Optically, the axles are amazing. They're really awesome, and to be honest, a little bit of bling bling on such a truck is always a good thing. Everything that's left to do is now say thank you for watching. I think I've earned a pint right now, and that's exactly what I'm going to enjoy now. With this in mind, take care, stay safe, servus.